Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are planning in my big happy planner for the week of April 29th through May 5th. Now, this is an extra special video. I haven't done this in quite a while, but all of the ad revenue that I earn from you watching this video and watching ads is going to be donated. So this is my last spread for this week. And actually the first video or first spread that I'm filming after returning from Go Wild. And I couldn't quite decide what sticker book or theme I wanted to go with. So I went to Google and just looked up May holidays or May special days. I know that we have Cinco de Mayo over here, but I was looking to see what was coming up. And I saw that May is ALS Awareness Month, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And ALS is something that is near and dear to my heart. Well, I first want to say, just before I forget the name of the charity that I'm going to be donating to by you watching this video is the ALS Development Institute, I believe it's called. I had actually asked Mary Ellen of Planning with Bumble if she had a preferred charity because she lost her late husband Daniel to this disease, and that's the one that she said the most seems to go to research and treatment, the most money, right? Let me start to plan. As we know with charities, sometimes not all the money goes where we want it to go, and this is her preferred charity. Now, the reason that it's really appropriate for me to be using this right now is because I am just returning from Go Wild, the planner conference, and Jeanette, who is the founder of Go Wild, currently has ALS. And Jeanette is someone who is very, very near and dear to my heart, and as is all of Team Wild. But I wanted to do this in honor of Jeanette. My first experience with ALS was actually when I was a child. A teacher who was in our school district who I loved very, very much. She had ALS, and that was when I first learned about the disease. And she was someone who was very, very meaningful to me. And then my next experience, even though I didn't experience this like as it was happening, but becoming close friends with Mary Ellen, like I said, of Planning with Bumble. Why can I get this down? We became friends after Daniel passed away, but I know how meaningful, of course, he was to her and her family, and that this was the disease that they lost him from as well. And so I thought that doing an ALS spread, not an ALS spread, but a spread where the revenue will go to charity is something that I'd like to do more often. I don't do as often as I'd like because this is income for me. However, it's something that I can do, for things that are meaningful to me. So anyway, we are going with a purple spread. If you haven't guessed, that is the spread. I'm also going to put information about the charity in the description of this video in case you would like to look or make a donation. And the way that YouTube revenue works is at the end of April, it will calculate what I earned from each video. And then around May 23rd, I'll be paid from April's revenue. So around May 24th, 25th, I will share over on YouTube community and my Instagram stories the donation receipt to prove that I have in fact donated the funds. But I always do, share when I do this. So this is not a scam. Okay. Now let's add in some checklists because, we know I need checklists in my big happy planner. I had such a wonderful time at Go Wild, but I've got to tell you, I'm so happy to be home. And it's not just about Go Wild. I know I haven't shared yet what this big project I'm working on is. Hopefully, I think in June is when I'll be able to share. But I feel like all of January, February, and March were consumed by this project. And then in April, I was really preparing for Go Wild. It was my boyfriend's birthday weekend, the weekend before Go Wild. I had a baby shower. I got really sick like the first week of April. And so now I feel like I'm home and the rest of 2024 can begin. And I sort of feel like I lost, not lost, but kind of lost the first 4 months of the year because life just was really, really busy. And I'm really looking forward to now, like, my schedule is kind of my own again. And I mean, my own with a partner. And so, really, like, seeing what that looks like and how our lives kind of merge a little bit, and, plans with friends and family. And I think it's going to be a really good rest of the year. So I'd like to bring in a washi box here. We're just going to do kind of like variations of purple. I feel a little bad because I have so much purple lately because of Go Wild. I also pulled out some washi, but we'll get there. I had so much purple lately because of Go Wild, but I also wanted to include it here as well. I'm going to do a box. So originally when I had planned out last week in my big, I had put a box over here for my final Patreon Zoom of the month. However, that had to get rescheduled to this Tuesday because silly me, I didn't account for Passover being Tuesday the 23rd, which is today actually. So that's going to be this Tuesday, and then we're going to find a quote. So I don't have a ton of purple quotes here left, but I think we'll include some because I have the room for it. I like collect moments, not things. And I think maybe we'll put this over here so we can do a box over here. So we're just kind of going simple here. It's my first decorative spread after returning from my trip. I did do a spread with, well, sort of, I back planned in a video. I don't think I have my scissors here. I did a video back planning last week in my planner and talking a little bit about Go Wild, and I did do a swag video, but I haven't filmed a plan with me in over a week. And so sometimes when I feel a little bit rusty, the best thing to do is just go with what feels normal, and that's not normal, but not overwhelming either. And that's what this kind of spread feels like for me. So now let's bring in one of these boxes for May 1st. Can't believe we are already hitting May. I had asked my Patreon members before I went to Go Wild what I should do for this, and there were some thoughts on like April showers bring May flowers, because you could do like rain over here into florals. But I think I've done so many florals lately that I just wanted something different, and so I feel like this works. So in case you didn't watch some of my either of my two Go Wild recap videos, I first want to say, if you're wondering what in the world is Go Wild and why is all the planner community talking about it, not all the planner community, but 2,000 members of the planner community. Go Wild is a planner conference. It was in Arlington, Texas this year, but it was called Go Wild Dallas. And it was technically April 18th through 21st. But for a lot of people, it kind of starts earlier and maybe even ends later if they extend their trip. For me, it was April 16th through April 21st, just when I, got there and left. So it was a wonderful conference. This was my third Go Wild and 100% my favorite Go Wild. And I think that a lot of that was because I had more of an knowing what to expect, and was able to spend a lot of time with some of my Patreon members and kind of experience it through their eyes as newbies, as they're called in the wild community. And it was just a really wonderful weekend. And I can't wait for next year. I do not know where next year is. What I do know is that it's going to be somewhere on planet Earth. That's the information I have about next year. That's the information everyone has about next year. So This is very, there's just like not enough going on here. So this would be a good opportunity to bring in some washi. It's just going to be like ripping a little bit as I try to pull it up. So I'm going to put this down here. And then I have some Live Love Posh washi. And we're going to take a little washi cutting card from Live Love Posh from Go Wild. It says, "In my wild era." Peel this. Put this right over here. And then let's also add in some purple on top of it. Because I feel like that's a lot of stripe, but having a little bit of purple over it is cute. Washi doesn't always stick on itself very well, so I'm just going to kind of press a little bit harder over there. And then it's very crooked. Part of me just wants to leave it, but part of me knows that I'll get some negative comments if I do. I actually think that the black and white is crooked. That looks better. And then we may bring this in again on this side. We need some more boxes. So let's do a double box on Thursday, kind of like how I did it on Tuesday. So we're going to take a square box and a quarter box, the same size. We'll put this here. I like all the boxes. I don't always know what they'll be used for when I put them down. I don't usually know what they'll all be used for when I put them down. Sometimes I know what my plans are, but not always. Okay, now I want to bring in a double box. I really like a double box on weekends. So I'm going to go back through this sticker book and let's choose maybe one of these. And we can combine it with a stripe, I think at the top. So put this down here. I'll have to double check if this washi is available. It's from Live Love Posh, but if it is, I will have it linked in the description. A lot of what I'm using today is really old. I often want to showcase new product in my planner spreads, but I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. And sometimes I just want to use some of the things that I already have. All right, we've got our double box. Let's figure out where the checklist should go. So it's not going to go here. It could go here. It could also go up at the top. I think we're going to put it, if I put it here, then I could do boxes down here and maybe something else up there. I think that's what we'll do. So what I say, put it here. 3, 4. I worked so very hard before leaving for Texas to get my videos done ahead of schedule. And I'm so glad that I did because, like I said, today is Tuesday the 23rd. So I still have 6 days before this video goes live. And now I can spend the next few days kind of preparing videos for the rest of the week, because I think that as my relationship grows, I'm going to be spending a lot more weekend time outside of my home, which is wonderful. And that's absolutely how I want to spend my weekends. I don't want to be inside all the time, especially now that spring weather is finally kind of getting here. But that means that for me, with my word of the year intentional, I just have to be a lot more aware of my timing during the week and making sure that I'm getting videos scheduled and all that jazz. So we'll see how it all goes. It may mean that over time I do less videos. It may mean that I have to cut something back, but for right now, we're making it work. So I like this sticker. You are my favorite thing ever. I think it's cute. It's going to kind of go like over a little bit. And then we're going to take another purple sticker. I think this is Roy G. Biv Volume 2, maybe. Let's see. By Keller the Plan. This is Volume 2. pull this sticker out and look at that. The sheet fully used up once I get this sticker off. Well, I don't know if it'll be fully used, but we can maybe make that happen. Kind of just put it like right over here. There, oops. Let's cut this over here. And this right there. Okay, that's pretty. I like it. Now I want to incorporate this extra flower somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to do it though, so let's leave it for now. And then the way that I'm going to do this, because I have so much covered up, is we're actually just going to do short checklists and give myself less to-dos. Like I already know that I have an event on the 4th, and I feel like something else on the 5th. I just have to look at my calendar, in addition to my niece and nephew soccer games, which as long as I'm available to go to, I will always go to. So we're just gonna kind of do half box, half checklist for each of these days. And I think that that's a really good way to do the weekends. Cute. Okay, now on this side, I do want to give myself a box for to-dos. So we're going to do that, but because I brought in that washi, I'd like to put the washi up here as well. So let's lower this, grab the black and white stripe. I feel like this would look kind of cool, just going across the top there. And then maybe even over here too. And I also feel like we need that smaller one to layer like I did on Thursday. I know that there's different variations of purple here. It doesn't bug me because, like I say all the time, flowers have variations. So if I look at these purple flowers, I definitely see immediately already like 4 different shades of purple. So I just think that this looks pretty. And not too matchy-matchy. And then I wanted to bring in this floral somewhere. I think we're just going to put it over here. So let's cover this. This is kind of drying up right now. This here. We'll kind of just bring in a little bit of a flower. Right there. I know that there's a little bit of a gap down here now with some more empty space, but I don't think I have any more purple. Well, this is like a dark plum, but we're going to bring in Life is Better with Friends because Jeanette is a friend and she's the reason that I did this spread this way. So this is just going to go right over here. Okay, final step. You should know what it is unless you are new to my channel. And this is where we can get this together. Pop in the bullet points. So I am using my Zig Clean Color Dot, which I have linked in the video description. And we're just going to go ahead and lightly tap this. The harder you press, the larger the bullet will be. And tapping kind of reduces the bleed through, depending on the color. And this will give me my to-dos each day. I think that using a checklist stencil like this, where it's 7 to-dos, as long as I'm home and it's not like a day where I'm gone all day, helps me be really productive because I may put down the couple things that I know I have to do, but then when I see the extras that are just waiting to be filled in, it helps add to my productivity because then I fill them in with other things like, okay, what else can I do? What else has been on my goals list that maybe I haven't touched? So there we go. We've got my purple spread. Again, well, I should have said this earlier, but when you're watching the ads, to not click skip ad so that the most possible money can go to the charity. I'll put more information about it in the description. Thanks so much for watching and spending time with me today. I appreciate your support, and I will see you next time.